Everybody, it's Invictus. Time another Eden Run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance series. Happy Thursday, Mosh Pit. Thank you all very much for all the support over the past week going into the brand new weekend here. We have a couple videos that are very, very close to 3K, so go check them out. If you want to support the channel, of course, click the like button. It's the easiest way to do so. It's completely free. It takes less than a second, and it's super easy. So thank you very much for those of you who continue to do so every single day. And also, we got a lot of new comment chains for the comment streaks down below as well. I definitely appreciate those as well. I get a smile out of my face every single time I read them, man. So thank you very much for that. Here's your meme of the day, brought to you by Painter DND W40K, who also posted a template to this meme on the subreddit, by the way. Title thread was episode 978, Judge Victor's verdict, and then in the parentheses said good ending. What? You're not on trial? Go out there and keep being awesome. I do love the little inclusion of the old bandage plus the little red heart there. Thank you very much, Painter DND W40K. Definitely like part of I at this point I would say that Painter's part of the Mosh Pit Hall of Fame for meme of the day submitters. Today is going to be 6 Mike Charlie Victor 8 X-Ray Kilo 9. We've got great damage and good tiers to start off with. Kind of bad movement speed, real bad shot speed. But the problem is that we don't know what our HP is, and that could be problematic. We're also starting off with placebo, which obviously we don't care about that. I don't think this is gonna hit me. Let's just be sure. Let's be sure, because like this room is always iffy with this barrel right here. So I'm just going to separate the lot. Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna put all this together. Then we'll just play it safe, just because. Yeah. So if I stood here, it would have been totally fine. But I just never really want to take a chance. Like if I could see our HP, I wouldn't even care. But I can't see our HP, so yeah. There we go. But obviously, with us starting with the pentagram, our damage is just going to be. This is super good. Would love to go in the curse room if we could again see our HP, but we can't. So there's really no play that we can do there unless we find a soul heart, and even then, you know, with us not knowing exactly how much HP we've got, yeah. So now one thing we could do is we could use the razor blade to get into and out of the curse room, but again, without us knowing exactly how much HP we have, it's like we don't want to accidentally kill ourselves here. So although that would be quite funny, and I'm sure a lot of people would laugh a whole lot about that, I do not want to do that. If at all possible, I'd prefer to not go out that way. Actually surprised I didn't hit that bomb rock right there. So now what we could do is we could potentially buy the soul heart and then go into the curse room, because then we know for sure that we are not going to die. The safer option is for us just to get a regular old HP upgrade from the boss, and just do it that way, because obviously I would much rather have a fresh soul heart than going into the next room or the next floor without us not. I honestly didn't think the pin was going to make it to the door. That's the reason why I didn't even bother dodging there. It went, my God, gotta look out for that pin. Movement speed upgrade, absolutely must have here. So because we took damage, we can now go pick up this half red heart and just see whether or not we can pick it up, and that would determine whether or not it might be safe to go in the curse room. Yeah, so we are on soul heart HP, which is not great. Now another thing we could do is that there is the possibility of the secret room being to the north of the curse room. In fact, I'm almost guaranteeing it's right there. So what we can do is let's take BOGO bombs, because we need bombs. I'm going to drop the I'm going to head on down. So we can go into and out of this curse room for free, essentially, but it's going to cost us 2 red hearts. We don't want to do that. So while we're getting going on this here run right here, we got ourselves the question of the episode from last week's episode, which was the Infinite Struggle, which was a struggle bus run that was somehow combined with the D Infinity. I say somehow because that was something that, like, you don't see too often, you know. The D Infinity it's just one of those items that you know you're going to get taken care of no matter what. And So for us to have a struggle bus run was very surprising. I simply asked, what is your thoughts on the D Infinity? Is it ultra versatile, or is it too annoying to use? The most upvoted comment came in from longtime member of the Mosh Pit, Niflheim, who said, I love it because usually I use it just as the D6 and nothing else. Maybe I'm too lazy for it to be versatile. I just love the D6. And hey, I'm right there with you. I love the D6. But being able to reroll rocks and stuff, reroll enemies if you have to, all that stuff is extremely valuable, obviously. At number 1 here. I could have used a bomb to get in there, but I figured we might need the bomb for something like this. Let's hold on to this bomb for now, because I definitely want to see if we can get a tinted rock. Obviously, Nun's Habit's not going to matter when it comes to the Razor Blade, because, well, there's no charge on it. Would love to get a key if possible so we can open up that golden chest, so let's try to get that. Second most upvoted comment came in from Egg with Legs, who said, with the amount of options you get with all the dice, I'd say it's worth the hassle to use. And definitely. I mean, the only reason why I call it a hassle, really, is just because it is kind of annoying whenever you have something that, like, you have to use I say control button because that's what the keyboard input is, to swap between, and you accidentally swap the D Infinity, and then like you end up like re-rolling enemies instead of like using the D12 or using the D4 when that could really sink your run. So that's really the whole annoying aspect to it. But overall, I mean, the versatility of the D Infinity is just so high that it's almost impossible not to take every single time, especially with the D6. Oh my goodness. Well, I'd love to turn into Black Judas here, but that would require us. Okay, well, never mind. Now it's just going to happen. Okay. I'm not going to take Pound of Flesh because it's Pound of Bad. We're going to take Rotten Baby, respawn as Black Judas, and now our damage is really, really loaded here. Last but not least, the third most upvoted comment came in from Copper Sizemore 4725, who said, I basically only use it as a D6, but it is definitely an S tier spacebar item. And I agree. It's, again, with everyone, I don't want to say everyone, most people use it for the D6. Just being able to reroll item pedestals, that in and of itself is extremely powerful in Isaac. So, you know, but like if you get, that's why, like, going back to last week's episode, that's why it was so surprising for us to have such a horrible run, given the versatility of the D Infinity, being able to reroll Eden and reroll pedestals. We still were struggling. Like, that just shows you how bad that run was. But those are also the type of runs that a lot of people really like. So what do I know? Obviously, our damage is super strong here with us being Black Judas. We don't have any bombs, and we're going to get Eden's Blessing. We're already pretty much capped on our tears rate. Yeah, maybe we get some bombs. Okay. We were already capped on our tears rate, but Eden's Blessing, it gives us an extra item tomorrow, so, you know, I'm not a huge fan of Eden's Blessing just because, like, it equally can give you the better start or the worst start. We've seen it do both, and it's just a gamble. And as someone who likes gambling, I don't like gambling in Isaac. It is usually not a gamble you want to take. Yeah, we're just going to get more shot speed, I guess. I'm going to place a bomb here. I know the secret room's not there, but it's just out of force of habit. Probably should have worried about getting a key first, but here we are. Gotta be careful of the Eternal Flies in here. They're actually the most problematic aspect of this. We should go into the shop before worrying about those golden chests. So that's what we're gonna do. Again, with our super strong amount of DPS right now, combined with the fact that we have Rotten Baby, who's also adding on to it, you know, this is a very, very strong start that we've got. It's Black Judas. Now, obviously, we could have not. We didn't have to turn into Black Judas immediately there from Eden. But I'm glad we did, because it's just, I mean, this just shows you how strong it is right out the gate. And we also get ourselves Hive Mind, which is going to make Rotten Baby deal more damage because it gives you more damage from your spiders and flies. That fly, whatever, go in there, but, you know. You kind of look like a cursed Mickey Mouse, I'm not going to lie. Obviously, I would love to go into the curse room, but it's a little iffy right now. Like, Black Judas is strong. Everyone knows how strong he is, but he's fragile. I cannot believe that not only did that not hit him, he actually jumped over everything right there. So mad that Anarchist Cookbook missed Peep. That's ridiculous right there. Hey, Attack Fly, you gonna do it? Thank you. I'm not gonna lie, you're putting on this team as an extension of Rotten Baby, so I need you to perform, all right? And we cannot take Brimstone, which is a real shame. The door is still open, so maybe if we get a Soul Heart somewhere, we can still get Brimstone, but that would be a Greek tragedy if we are not able to. Empress card, Devil card. I think the Super Secret Room is here.
Wheel of Fortune.
Okay. Before we bomb that, I'm gonna run into these Eternal Flies, so I'm just gonna take them out right now. There's still a chance, a very small chance, that we can get Brimstone here. Okay. So what I'm thinking here is we use the money to try to get a Soul Heart from this fortune-telling machine. And then maybe Brimstone. Get the Crystal Ball, which is going to give us a Soul Heart. And let's see if the Devil Deal is still up. I hope it is. That'd be huge if it is. It is. So we are able, through the most, like, weirdest route possible, we're able to get Brimstone. Because of all things, the Crystal Ball shows up. I know the Super Secret Room was south of there, but we have no bombs to actually do it. I mean, it could be there as well, but I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'll take the dub there because that's huge right there. So obviously, what's great about the Crystal Ball is that it gives you full mapping. And also gives you a chance to get a Soul Heart. I think that actually hit. Yeah, he's still alive down there. So obviously the range down of #1 no longer applies to us because we have Brimstone. Yellow Brimstone, in fact, as well, which looks really cool. And given our damage multiplier as Black Judas, this is we are going to start really scaling like crazy here. The damage is going to exponentially increase. There we go. So as you see there, we get full mapping. We know exactly where everything is. We might as well go check out the boss trap room. Yeah. So now, you know, damage is always important, but now damage becomes even more important with us having not only Brimstone, but also Hive Mind and Rotten Baby. Any damage upgrade that you get on Black Judas is just going to be supercharged and really put us in an ultra dominant position. I'm not gonna lie, I would have bombed here to see what this card was. So a Fool card, which is going to, I think, drop everything on the ground. I always forget what the Fool card does here. So it's a way to create an item pedestal. Like if you have a reroll, you could drop like a bunch of, if you have more than 25 cents, for example, it will drop a quarter. Yeah, you know, we'll take Planet. We haven't taken Tiny Planet in a while. Plus it just looks so dang cool with #1. Arawak is pretty much a free win against any boss. Get into the shop here. Oh, man. Oh, mama. If we can get 4.5 volt with... If we can get 4.5 volt with this build as Black Judas, good lord. we are going to have infinite charges on the crystal ball. Makes me a very happy person because, man, do I love the crystal ball. You all know how obsessed I am with mapping. I like knowing exactly where I'm supposed to go. Oh, I goofed it. I goofed it. Actually really upset that we haven't gotten a single money-making ability yet. Because, man, do I really, really want 4.5 volt right now. And the sad thing is, even if we tap the temperance machine, there's no guarantee that we're going to get to 15 cents. We need 6 cents, man. It's gonna be a challenge. We gotta get lucky. Bombs help, because now what we can do is we can bomb for the super secret room here, or we can bomb for that chest that's stuck behind rocks. We could also technically bomb the keeper that's inside of the shop, but I don't think that that's going to get us what we want. I don't want to bomb the temperance machine just in case we get a bunch of soul hearts. I think we bombed 3 Skull Monty. And we easily got it. Well, that makes me feel better. Oh, baby. Now we're cooking. Big time play right there. Big time play. Lover's card does literally nothing for us here. Yeah. We got another soul heart and another devil deal, which is kind of outrageous considering. And we also got a strength card. Not that it mattered. And immediately get Curse of Lost. That's Balatro, baby. You thought my luck was bad in Isaac. You don't know bad luck until you see me play Balatro, or really any card game. The reason why I stopped playing Hearthstone is just because the bad luck, bad draws are just so frustrating. And Balatro, Balatro still hasn't gotten to that point yet, but it is getting a little old. Whenever you have a really strong build, it's just like you just need to draw that one last 10. You got 5 in your deck, and you just don't see it ever. It feels rigged, man. Happy for Local Thunk. Well deserved. All the success of Balatro has been getting huge numbers on Steam, huge numbers on Twitch. Local Thunk, I've had the pleasure of speaking to him a couple times, and you know, it's really cool to see something like that happen. I wish I was a programmer. Like, I would have loved to make something like that, like Balatro. Because I definitely have a bunch of ideas for games. I just have zero programming knowledge when it comes to making stuff. So Bafula Duplex is not going to do anything for us, but we have it anyway. Obviously, we don't need Spectral. We don't need wide shots. What would have been real nice is if we didn't have Curse of Loss, so I could see exactly where we're going. I believe that we have done a full clear. That is what I tend to do. So we have a Soul Heart generator, which is, you know, it's on lockdown thanks to us having the 4.5 volt. 4.5 volt is going to feed a charge based on how much damage we do with our attacks, with any attacks. And I have no clue where we have been. I have no clue where we need to go. don't think we went this way. Boss rush is definitely still a chance, but it's looking a little grim here. Okay. Maybe if I stand on the other side of the country, maybe the fissure won't hit me. At fire rate, I'm not sure why we're getting fire rate, but we'll take it. So the object here, obviously, is just to find the. All we need is the Fool card because we're about to see what the entire map is. So looking for the Tinted Skull is the most important aspect for this floor right now. Not that it really matters because obviously we'll just go. We'll find everywhere we need to not go. Just how we do. Stars card. It's not a Fool card, but it definitely works. It alleviates the need of us needing to find the Fool card now. Just teleports us out. So the whole point of this, by the way, in case you happen to be new to Isaac, you're wondering, well, why do you need a Fool card? Doesn't it just take you back to the first room? Yes, it does. But that's not necessarily what you need out of what we're looking for. What we really truly need is some way of getting out of the boss rush room, because we don't necessarily need to or want to do boss rush, but we do want one of the 4 free items, potentially even more than that, items that we get out of boss rush. So that is why it is important for us to get some kind of teleport out of the mom fight or out of the boss rush. That's the reason why we're kind of rushing right now, no pun intended. There's our Tinted Skull right there. We got Daddy Longlegs from the Soul of Lilith. Should make it plenty of time here. I'd like to get a little bit more damage for Brimstone. The reason why Consolation Prize gave us the fire rate up, by the way, is because fire rate was our lowest stat on paper. And we were technically already capped, so fail the 73% deal with the devil. It's to be expected, and I will take Tech Point Fizzle. Soul, I mean, sure, I guess. Like, Soul does clear the curses, which is nice. But we're going to have full mapping anyway, so this doesn't really... Although I do like the black, like, shadow, like, aura that Black Judas has now. It looks pretty metal. He does look like the god of darkness here. And we're gonna get Birthright for Judas, which is basically gonna give us a Book of Belial version of the Book of Virtues. Which just essentially just gives us more damage every time we use our spacebar item, regardless of what spacebar item it is. So definitely we'll take that. Let's go check out the curse room since we didn't get the devil deal after failing a 73.5%. 72 technically, you know what I mean. So the reverse Empress card is not bad, but it's not that big of a deal. We have a strength card. If we need the extra HP for a devil deal, we can use it. Obviously, if we need it for damage, we can also use it there. But our damage is going to be sorted every time we use our spacebar item. Getting not only a chance to get HP, but also getting more damage out of it is just super strong. Gotta go check to see if there's anything left there. We could also get a Fool card, to be honest. I like Fool cards because they allow you to get out of like a boss trap room or something like that. I'm triple checking to make sure there's no tinted rocks, and there's not. Curse the Maze. Not even gonna bother waiting for you, game. Okay, good. I guess I could have used Soul to see exactly where we need to go, instead of just immediately walking into the not one but 2 wrong directions. You never know, man. Like, how many times have we seen it to where, like, the boss was like, oh, in order for you to go northwest, you got to go southeast. Like, it happens all the friggin' time, man. Tech point 5 is going to just fire periodically whenever we are holding the fire button. Unlimited range is real good. There's some pretty crazy tracking on that shot right there, I gotta say. Wow, I don't know why Blastocyst split at such velocity, but... Yeah, what are you doing here, game? What's happening? Get a sun card. It's immediate mapping, so... Guppy's Paw. I mean, you almost have to take Backstabber here. Backstabber is just so powerful. We got to be careful with our HP, though. I did take the negative because I wanted more damage. Lover's card is totally useless here. Full card, we shouldn't need a full card. Okay, so you see the huge damage up that we get there from using the crystal ball, thanks to Bloodright or Birthright, I should say. Bird Cage, and that procced Endless Nameless, which is the trinket that we have down here, by the way. Endless Nameless has a chance for you to not consume whatever like consumable you're using, including souls.
Soul of Lilith.
Take the Soul of Isaac because it will give us a pedestal reroll. My God. Okay. Yep. You need to just not exist in this world anymore. That is I don't know what's going on, game. Kind of worrying me a little bit here. These are getting a little goofy. That's a great shot by Holy Water. I'm really hoping that we get some more soul hearts here, because yes, we're strong, but we're not invincible. Very easily get hit by some BS and find ourselves in a very precarious situation. You see the big backstabber damage there. Actually, surprised it's not there. So thanks to Tech Point 5, we can always attack even when we're charging up Brimstone. You're hearing all the damage, all the little pings that we're getting on the crystal ball. Not get a devil deal because we had a really weird 42%, which is something you don't see every day. But we'll hold on to the Soul of Isaac for the Dark Chest. Hangman does not help us here. We get to skip a big room, which is actually probably maybe a little bit counterintuitive, because we do have a reason to try to kill things, thanks to the 4.5 volt, and of course having the crystal ball. One thing we cannot do is we cannot take a bunch of damage here. So, especially if we're not going to be getting any soul hearts from said crystal ball. So I need you to step it up, son. You're a big time player, Crystal Ball. We know you are. One singular penny and a troll bomb. You see how much damage we get out of there from Birthright. But we need to maintain this HP that we're gaining. That's the problem right now. Now, what is nice about 4.5 volt, other than the fact that 4.5 volt is just so good, is the fact that we get to have the multiple uses of Judas's Birthright, which is just going to amp up the damage even more. Look at that. Just 2-shot Stanley. No big deal. Thank you, Soul. All right, there we go. Get some of that. Got Awaz. I was hoping that would have been amazing if that was a Yara rune. Just this might be one of the worst dark chests I think I've ever seen. Speaking of the D-Sizzle, yeah. I mean, I would love to take Loki's horns, but we just not for 3 HP. Is it something we need? No. Is it something we want? Yeah, sure. Justice card, which does give us a soul heart, and another Justice card thanks to Endless Nameless. We're getting a little bit of extra procs there. Amazing how those red blorbs manage to always intercept you. Oh, okay. Shooting some shots from behind, I see. Okay, well, let's stop taking this damage. This is trash form damage right here. Yeah, our movement speed is not perfect for where we are in the run, but we cannot afford to be taking bad damage.
The sun.
Clown physics, man. But we are going to get the dub, and I'll take it. A little bit of a shorter run today, and I'm definitely gonna use this extra time to kind of take a break. Been streaming a lot lately, trying to catch up on various things that I've been missing on doing for YouTube and on Twitch. So we'll definitely take it. But like I said at the beginning of the run, thank you all very much for the support on the Balatro series as well as the Isaac series. It's been really, really popular on the channel. And yeah, and thank you very much for allowing me to just have a little bit of shorter recording sessions. I mean, I am putting out double doses of videos every single day now, so it's definitely it's added a little bit to the workload, but nothing I can't handle. So again, thank you. I do appreciate everybody. For those of you who do like the videos, leave a comment down below. Your question of the episode today is going to be, what are your thoughts on using Judas's Shadow right after getting it? Is it something you like to save for insurance, or is it something you want to cash in immediately for the damage? Post them in the comments down below, and thank you very much for all the support. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. I'd like to thank some patrons of mine like Heather Furlong, Isaac Johnson, and Bataloid. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Sinvicta.